Imagine a single drone, costing less than a used car, flies into the building holding your country's most classified secrets. Nuclear codes, troop movements, banking systems, gone in seconds. This isn't science fiction. It's a threat defense experts and governments are taking very seriously right now. The solution they're exploring? Don't store the data on Earth at all. Put it in space. Today, we're covering why countries might start parking their most sensitive data inside satellites, launched by SpaceX, orbiting hundreds of miles up, what it means, why it matters, and what's already happening that most people don't know about. Let's get into it. Let's understand what we're protecting. The cloud sounds untouchable. It's not. It always touches the ground, in buildings, on servers, in giant data centers. And when it touches the ground, it becomes a target. In early 2026, data centers in the UAE connected to Amazon's cloud were directly hit in drone strikes. A nearby strike in Bahrain knocked out cloud services across multiple regions. Iran published a list of American tech infrastructure, Google, Microsoft, Oracle, and named them potential targets. A drone costing a few $1,000s can now threaten billions of dollars of digital infrastructure. So companies started going underground. Bunkers, salt mines, mountain facilities. One UK facility has 3-foot thick concrete walls, but underground bunkers are expensive, hard to scale, and still touch the ground. They can still be bombed, flooded, cut off from power. So what's the alternative? Take the data completely off the planet. This is where sovereign data in orbit comes in. Sovereign just means data controlled by a country, not a private company, not a foreign cloud service. Yours. The idea, instead of storing sensitive information in a building on Earth, store it on a satellite, or better yet, a network of satellites. No single point of failure. You can bomb a data center, cut its power, flood it, send a drone into it, but a satellite flying at 550 kilometers up, moving at 27,000 kilometers per hour? That's a lot harder to physically destroy, and satellites don't just communicate anymore. Thanks to powerful new processors that fit inside small satellites, data can now be stored and processed directly in orbit, without ever touching Earth. The European Commission noted in a 2025 strategy document that satellites are increasingly becoming nodes of the global information infrastructure, capable of computing and processing vast amounts of data entirely in orbit. In other words, a satellite can now function as a flying data center. Most people know SpaceX for Starlink, but there's a classified cousin most people have never heard of. Revealed in December 2022, SpaceX described it simply. Starlink is designed for consumer use. Starshield is designed for government use. Starshield is contracted by the National Reconnaissance Office, the Department of Defense, and the US Space Force. Here's what makes it different. It uses military-grade encryption to store and process classified data directly in orbit. It uses laser links between satellites, light beams that never touch the ground, creating what SpaceX calls an invisible mesh network. And it can carry hosted payloads, meaning agencies can attach their own classified hardware onto SpaceX's satellite. Since May 2024, the NRO has conducted 11 Starshield launches. By late 2025, over 200 classified satellites are in orbit as part of a proliferated architecture. So many satellites that you can't take them all down. The US government has paid more than $1.8 billion for the network so far. Data from the system, the NRO says, is delivered in minutes or seconds. This is real. This is happening right now, and most people have no idea. Joining in the US isn't alone. In May 2025, China launched the first 12 satellites of its 3-body computing constellation, with plans for 2,800 satellites forming a full orbital computing grid. Not just communication, serious computing power in space. Europe is moving fast too. The EU's proposed Space Act from June 2025 would treat satellites as critical national infrastructure with strict cybersecurity standards. The goal: European data that doesn't depend on American or Chinese satellites. On the commercial side, Axiom Space deployed a data processing prototype on the International Space Station in 2025, targeting a network of 3 orbital data center nodes by 2027. Jeff Bezos said in late 2025 that within 20 years, giant AI data centers will be better built in space, solar power around the clock, and the coldness of space to cool servers for free. Musk said Starlink would expand into orbital data centers, turning his constellation into a computing platform, not just an internet service. The space cybersecurity market was worth $4.5 billion in 2024. It's projected to hit $7 billion by 2029. So why does orbital storage actually solve the problem? Earth-based data centers are physical. They can be bombed, flooded, hacked through physical access, or cut off from power. Drones, missiles, earthquakes, even squirrels chewing cables. All of these have happened. A satellite at 550 kilometers up removes almost all of that. You can't drive a truck bomb into it. You can't send a drone that high. You can't cut its cable, because it is the cable. And with 200 plus classified satellites spread across different orbits, there's no single target. Even if a few are taken out, the network keeps working. That's resilience through distribution. Is it completely safe? No. China and Russia have tested anti-satellite weapons. Ground stations can still be hacked. Signals can be jammed. But attacking 200 satellites scattered across orbit is infinitely harder than bombing one data center in Virginia. And when you combine that physical distance with military-grade encryption and laser links that never touch the ground, you get something unprecedented. Data that is genuinely hard to reach, intercept, or destroy all at once. We're at the very beginning of something that will fundamentally change how nations think about security and power. Right now, every country stores its most sensitive data on Earth, vulnerable to physical attacks, wars, and natural disasters. But as launch costs fall, satellites get cheaper, and processors get powerful enough to run in orbit. The math changes. Orbital data storage becomes a serious strategic advantage. Think about what it means for a small country. Today, a hostile nation can destroy your data infrastructure by bombing a few buildings. But if your critical data is distributed across dozens of satellites, encrypted, connected by laser links, unreachable from the ground, you become almost impossible to silence. This is why the EU is pushing for sovereign space infrastructure. This is why the US Satellite Cybersecurity Act was reintroduced in December 2025 to set security standards before the technology outruns the rules. The race for orbital data sovereignty has already begun, and SpaceX is right at the center of it. The cloud is about to get a lot higher. The most sensitive data on Earth might not be on Earth for much longer. And the company making that possible, more than anyone else, is the one that puts the most objects into space, year after year. Should governments store their data in orbit, or does it create risks we haven't considered? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe for more on where space, technology, and national security collide. See you in the next one.